Saturday morning cartoons were a staple of my childhood, but nowadays they're gone and are only remembered for our childhood memories. Well, that's what I'm bringing you here. Saturday morning cartoons, a weekly review of Saturday morning cartoon reviews. And today's weekly Saturday morning cartoon review is Static Shock. Static Shock was a Saturday morning cartoon featured on the Kids WB, starring Virgil Hopkins as Static. It ran from 2000 and only had a run of 4 seasons of 52 episodes. Static was a comic series that started by Milestone Media under a publishing deal with DC Comics that was featured separately from the DC Continuity Universe, which really was okay, since most of it back then was so convoluted anyways, it didn't matter. The series launched in 1993 and ran through 1997. But thanks to the show, it was saved from being another lost character, and then went on to be featured in the Teen Titans series Terror Titans as one of the teens with powers held in captivity to fight to the death, until the DC New 52 relaunch that gave him his own series again. Static Shock starts out with Virgil Hopkins being pressured into joining a gang and numerous other bangers, ending up in a fight down by the docks. But when a misfire gun sets off an explosion of gas, known as the Big Bang, the teens are infected and begin to start showing their different powers. Virgil realizes he's been given the power of electricity, and after seeing other exposed Bang babies using their powers to bully and loot and steal, he decides he's going to use his power for good in Dakota. Along with his friend Richie, he learns how to harness and use his abilities, and along with Richie's tech wizardry, Richie as well starts to show his powers, even though he wasn't at the Big Bang. But after the prolonged exposure to Virgil, he becomes a sidekick and partner to Static called Gear. The show as well as the comics did cover many different topics outside of just being good versus evil superpowers, from racism to drugs, death in the family, and numerous others. It truly was a great show that really does deserve to get more recognition than it did. One great thing is that since it was part of the DC universe, it did allow for more appearances from different DC characters. Green Lantern showed up in an episode featuring John Stewart from the Justice League series, as well as Batman and Robin showed up. And even later, the full Justice League did a crossover that had them battling Brainiac in Dakota. He also made his own way into the future that had a tussle with Batman from Batman Beyond. Thanks to the resurgence of the character in the new DC continuity, he did even make it into Young Justice. Featured later in the 2nd season, he was to be a partial member of the team had it been carried into the 3rd season until Cartoon Network stupidity canceled the show. In the 3rd season, the show did change a few things like the theme song, the sharper looking animation, Richie being Gear and becoming Static's partner like I mentioned earlier on, and Static having a brand new suit. And I thought that was a huge improvement of the previous 2 seasons. This is a show I loved getting up and watching every Saturday morning, and only wished it would get more respect than it deserves, and hopefully it finds its way to Netflix and Hulu someday. Static Shock gets an 8.5 out of 10. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.